Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Marissa, and thank you for joining. And this is really, you know, my open diary where I talk about, past struggles, current struggles, how I'm getting and moving through them, all in God's Word. And to start off, I want to give glory and honor to God for giving me and restoring my voice back in more ways than one. So we'll jump right into this video. This video today, and if I'm looking down at some of the notes that I've written. I prefer to be unscripted, but like I mentioned, well, I'm going to mention that this, I do want to make this video into like a three-part video, um, because I do believe that this deserves more than one video at 15 minutes. So this will be a three-part video. Um, where we talk about and where I talk about, my struggles. But I'm starting this video off for the daughters, the daughters of single moms, sons, single parents, and parents, and anyone that was given, more material things than they probably should have, right? And and if that has shaped, you into having a shopping addiction, because that's what this video is about. Um, So let's start off. Where did it all begin? It began as a kid, single parent household. My mom did the best she could. And I don't want this to come off like I'm placing blame, because I'm not. I know that she did the best that she could given the circumstances. So, but I do just, yeah, I'm just setting up the, I just want you to understand the backstory to it and how it shaped her and how it shaped me. So, mom was my mom grew up in a two-parent household. My grandfather was an Army veteran, and my grandfather was an Army veteran, and he also was a Pentecostal preacher. My grandmother was a preacher's wife, as well as a business owner. And my mom grew up in the Bay Area. And my grandmother had my mom late in life, so there was a huge age gap between my uncle and my aunt and my mom. So, yeah, my mom was the youngest of three, so she got whatever she wanted, right? So, we'll start with that. Fast forward to my mom becoming a single parent. I know that was not, her intentions. My parents stayed married until my father died. Um, and, her being 3,000 miles away from family was not ideal. So I think my mom, after like analyzing and talking to her just over the years, I believe that she overcompensated by pacifying. She pacified my sister and I. And I think my mom pacified, she pacified with our wants. She gave us what she could with our needs, right? Well, all of our needs were met. Um, but she definitely, I think, overcompensated with the wants. So we always had, we grew up in New York. You had Lord and Taylor, Saks Fifth Avenue, Macy's. My mom would get, she would work during the holidays, during Christmas, part time at some of the department stores, just so that she could get our Christmas presents, and that we had the best of best for church and the best of the best for school. So yeah, we were always in the latest and the greatest. And yeah, by the time I got to high school, it really, it blossomed. How about that? And by the time I turned 14 or 15, I was working part time after school at a dentist's office, Dr. Kraushaw. I never will forget it, Dr. Kraushaw's office, and I was 14 years old. I was making $18 an hour. Go figure. So 80% of that money went to, helping my mom, but that 20%, oh, I could buy whatever I wanted. And that was a big deal for a 14-year-old. So yeah, what did I buy? I bought clothing, fashion, the latest and the greatest sneakers, right? Yeah, that's where it started. I no, that's where it really like evolved, right? That's where it really blossomed. That's a nice word, but that's where it blossomed for me. So fast forward, as an adult, it grew and became more expensive. It got more costly, and yeah, I had to really, you know, really analyze. I've had to really analyze like the root cause of why I felt the need to shop as much as I did. What was causing? What was driving me to buy the best label, the most or the designer label? You know, like I really had to analyze myself, and I have been analyzing myself. And um, yeah, so here I am talking to you in hopes that you can learn from my experience. And if my story sounds similar to yours, you grew up in a single parent household, and you are the child of a single parent household, just you know analyze and shopping is an issue for you. Analyze how your parents grew up. Analyze how that shaped you and grow from it, right? Because all addictions, all addictions are soul draining. And it's not the way that God has intended for us to live. That's for sure. So, yeah, I've had to really analyze myself. So in the next video, I will talk about the insecurity piece and the security aspect of why the shopping and why I shopped and what gratification I got from shopping. I think that's really important, because, there are several reasons. Mine just happens to fall in the insecurity box. If we're putting this in a box, mine just happens to fall into this insecurity box. I'm not talking about the mental condition of body dysmorphia. This is separate. That's something that I don't struggle with, but I do know that it's very real for some people. I don't struggle with that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the insecurity piece of shopping and having a shopping addiction. I would like to leave you with some statistics and maybe some food for thought, so that you can think about this. If you are planning on going out and shopping, I know we are in the midst of Christmas and people are buying Christmas presents, right? You're buying your children Christmas presents. Do they really need it? No, I don't have children yet. But the way that I grew up and, consumerism, how I've seen consumerism affect me as an adult, no, no, uh-uh. My children will get what they need, um, but pacifying, no. So as a parent, I'm not, again, I'm not placing blame. I just want you to analyze and see if this is something that you're actually doing with your own children, and some numbers, some figures, and yeah, here we go. So just in the beauty, so I'm putting this in two separate categories: the beauty industry, which encompasses like hair, makeup, skincare, and then we have the fashion industry, right? So I'm going to start us off in the beauty industry. In 2023, so I pulled numbers for revenue, past, present. For 2023, the beauty industry garnered $528 billion. 2024, $542 billion. In 2025, $639 billion. The projected for 2026 is between 683 and $708 billion. Okay, now we'll go to the fashion industry. I Googled or chat GPT'd what the fashion industry was projected to earn in 2026, and it told me $1.77 trillion. So I asked ChatGPT, how many mouths could I feed with $1.77 trillion? What could I buy with $1.77 trillion, right? Here's what it said. I could buy every home with an average price of $400,000, right? I could buy, well, let me get the actual, let's see. I could purchase over 4 million homes. Okay. Let's see. I could also, here's this one's a good one. I could also offer free college tuition for every American student for 15 years. Yeah. Uh, I could literally buy almost a world class company, an entire world class company, and still have money left. These are the things that I could buy. And then we'll jump right over to what's most important. How many mouths could I feed? Okay. So here we go. This is a clincher, and this is really like, food for thought. I want you to think about when you go shopping, just think of the money that is being thrown into the hands of these corporations and these businesses. Not so. Okay. How many mouths could we feed? This is considering if we're just doing rice and beans like staple food, right? So with $1.77 trillion, right, I could feed every person on earth for an entire year. An entire year, every person on earth. So if I were to add protein and vegetables to that meal, right, that would be 225 meals for every person on earth. Why do we still have people going hungry? Okay. Uh, Moving on. If I wanted to supply, like fast food or like cafe style food, I could feed every American one meal a day for 3 full years. Wow. Okay. So here we have it. The summary. I could purchase over $4 million, 4 million in homes, right? I could feed the whole world for nearly a year. Staple food, rice and beans. Let's see. And I could feed every American cafe style food for 3 years. And I could also make 1.7 million people into millionaires. I mean, like, look at that. So, as you go out shopping, think about this. Bye for now. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Bye. Till next time. The next video is um, the next video we'll dive like really deep into the insecurity aspect of shopping addictions and what that looks like. So, thanks for watching. Thank you for your time. And if you would like my newsletter, please email me. My newsletter is full of full of God's word, scriptures that have helped me, are currently helping me. Please email me. I'd love to send it to you. Totally free. Or you can put your email in the comment section. I don't know. Do people do that? I don't know. But anyway, email me. I would love to send you my newsletter. and it's totally free. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, bye.